Hi Chaitanya, could you please open the PPT with list of questions?
Uh, User variables. User variables that are variable act has a limit number of members displayed on a form in a certain selected members. So go to the next slide. In this topic, we will able to show us the user variables in the following artifacts. One is data forms, two runtime prompt, three business rules, four smart view. Then after go to next slide. Creation of user variables. What is the use of user variable? User variable. User it is used for a drop down list in the form. It is used for restrict the limit the members. What is difference between the user variable and the substitution variable? User variable is not is a, user variable is not predefined. It is defined by the user to select a particular member in a certain dimension or members. A substitution variable is a predefined member, and we cannot select the particular member. It is already selected by admin or user. Which use case do we use user where our sub variables entity dimension? Can you show me how to use create a user variables from the following use cases? Okay, can I show? I will show through navigation. And note, since we don't have list of users in the application, try to explain how user variable behaves by using the admin user only by using the use case assumptions below. Okay. Use case 1, assume user 1 is the owner of any two entities. Assign those two entities has values of the entity dimension. I will show through navigation. First we go to log into the application. Then after go to the go to variables. Click on user variables. Here it is already I have existed. So I am creating another. We have to select here entity. Give a name. Here we have select the members because we have given the entity here dimension. So go to segments and select E1 and we will select two members here, given two members. Okay, click on save. It is asked assume user one is the owner of any two entities. Assign those two entities has values of the entity dimension. Yes, I have assigned those two as entity dimension. Here I have created with the name user variable name entity1. In this user variable, admin can create like this, but admin access the users. How users will access means by the use of context. Use context means it is if we enable this, the user will access the variables. Means by enabling this, I will show through now. Go to the user preference. By this user preference, user will open it and he can select the members here. The member it is not shown because user have to select the members. It will shows the only segments and en01. In the previous we have seen what we created. Here is two options. Admin can create two options, but user only have take select the only one. Okay, like this user can select. Okay, go to PPT. Go for next slide. Uses of user variables in data forms. Can you reuse any of data forms and show me how to use the user where as per use case 1 from slide 3? Okay, I will show through navigation. Mm, Go to the form, go to the application, click on navigator, click on forms. Uh, Reuse any of data forms, no? Okay, click on everything. Here already I have existed, so I am reusing this. Click on layout. Here it is the dimensions. We have selected members of each dimension. Here it is the account, and here it is the year period, and here it is the entity. Here we should have to select edit user variable. Remove. Go for variable option. Select what you have created now. Entity one is we have created now. So select add, click OK, and save. Form has been saved and preview. Here it is shown the entity what we have created now, user variable. Here it is the account dimension. Account dimension is the account members. Can you explain how user one can access the data form which is created based on the above question in detail? How the entities are restricted to the two entities of ownership? Yes. Here it is the option already existed. Here it is. He says that reuse any of data forms. So I have reused that one. Can you explain how one can access the data form? User can access the data form. In user how which is created based on the above question. Okay, created in detail how the entities are restricted to the two entities of ownership. Two entities of ownership means while we created the user variable, we have given the two entities, two members of entity. So in that way we can in that way user can also access the same. Okay, so the user one supposed to access any of the entities other than the two entities he or she owns in the data form. Yes, no user can access of any of entities other than the two entities, and because here we have given the two entities, we can we given the only one entity, because user only access only user can access the access for user variable to edit only, not for create or not for delete. He can edit, manage. A user requirement. Can you show me how to enable a dynamic user variable? Yes, I will show through navigation. Go for in the form, uh, go for other options. Here we have dynamic user variables. Here, by enabling this checkbox, we can have entity and what we created, throw it to the selected user variables and save it. This is the way dynamic user variable can show. Now take any parent entity as an example. Show how only the children of that parent entity are filtered in the data form. Okay, I will show through navigation. Go for layout. Here already I have selected total assets. Click on edit. I have given level removal. I have created clicking on balance sheet, expand total traditional approach. I have selected the total asset. By selecting this, I have to use select the level 0 descendants to show the children's only, not a parent. By this way, we can see the changes. Okay, preview. Here it is the change. These are all are the children's. We you want to reuse this means you want to see the parents means like edit, and you have selected level 0 descendants, so it shows the children. If you have selected descendants children or anything, by selecting this the parents are also enabled. By selecting level 0 descendants, only children are shown, no, not other parents are shown. Okay. Reference link has a YouTube. When the data form is saved, the beer should run only in the context of entity selection main. Yes. Uses of user variable in RTP. Okay. Can we use user var in RTP? Yes, we can. If yes, can you limit the user variable in the RTP to be able to restrict the user one from accessing the entities other than she or he owns? Okay, I will show through navigation. Go to the application first. Click on navigator. Click on rules. New window will be open. Click on variable designer. In this EPM cloud, we have two options. Two options have global and FCCS. Global it is for variable, and FCCS is for application. Click on global. Here already created, already existing created. So I have creating another one. Click on new. Give the RTP for runtime prompt. Okay, created. Select type member. Select the dimension type. We have given the entity, so we have to select entity. We does not enable type limit because we have to check the checkbox of RTP. By selecting this, we can give the limits. Uh, what we have created before, what we have created in the variable, we have to give the name with apprentice. Default value also the same. RTP text. It is an pop-up message or any. It is a message for selecting the entity. So save it. RTP entity one is already exists. So I am changing to another one. To click on save. Okay, variable has been saved. Go for next. Go for slide. Use this RTP in the BR. It shows me how it's works. Okay, I will show through navigation. Okay, click on system view, expand it, CPM club, click on action, click on new object. By clicking new object, it will ask application type, which type EPM cloud you have to select. After selecting application, which application, FCCS service revision application, cube type console, object type rule. We are creating now rule name, which we name means we have to give the name of rule. to create the rule of RTP to run in business rule. Entity 2. Okay, click on OK. Entity created, open for editing. Here it is the script to create, validate the entity 2 through RTP for a runtime prompt. Here fix open brackets parameters and give the RTP entity RTP. Give the RTP name entity 2. We have given name and fix. Click on save. Entity 2 is saved. Here it is came what we have created and automatically it came here. Validate it to check the whether the errors are there or not. And by after successful, we go to the actions and deploy it to business rule. Here it is the option deploy completed 100%. Go for PPT. Uses of user wherein BR. BR means business rule. Can you show me how to use the user where in the business rule? There is two types, two ways I have to show. I will show through navigation. Can you explain what advantage does the users of user where has over subvariable in business rule? Okay, it has been done. After completing, close this. Save. Go for navigation. Click on rules for business rule. What we have created in the what we have deployed that comes under here. Click on refresh. Here entity 2 we are created now that it has shown. Here it is the please select the entity in the RTP text. In the RTP, while creating the RTP, it shows the RTP text. Here it is the what we have given. Please select the entity. For dimension, select the dimensions of each. Please select the members of each dimensions here. Consolidation, contribution total, contribution, elimination, entity total, click on entity total, selected, OK. Click on currency, entity currency, click OK. Scenario must be actual, click OK. Year should be whatever may be, we can select. I have selected FY21. Entity, you can select E4. Click OK. Okay. Here it is select. It also automatically selected, but we have to select OK. E1. Period must be Jan or February. Whatever maybe we can select it here. Click OK, then launch. Our process is running successfully. Okay, go and check the process as running or running better successfully or not. Go in jobs. We can okay, it is already running successfully. Go for application. Can you explain these two are similar in business rule? In another way we can show. I will show you. Go for data and select the form. Use the variable form already created. Here it is the form. Go for action and go for layout. Go for click on business rule option. Here it is business rule. Select the business rule. It shows what we have created the variables. Here I have already created now. Click on add. Okay, save it. Form has been saved. Go for use form and click on actions. Click on business rule. This is the shortcut what we have created to run the form directly. Close it. Go for PPT. Can you explain which of the following approach is recommended or not recommended for using entity in business rule? Please explain why, if you can. Hard coding entities for what we are manually entering the data, it is how it is used. But for this business rule, it is not used. Using user variable of entity, using sub variable of entity. These two are similar, uh, but these two are not useful. Using RTP is it is it is used. It is an runtime prompt. After that, using user var in smart view, I will show through navigation in Excel. Click on Excel. Click on smart view. Click on panel. And click on shared connections. Login our application. Login the application. EPM. Cloud admin. Click on OK. After selecting this, login in this, select EPM cloud because we have given the EPM cloud only. Click on library. Click on testing. What we have created. Click on user variable form because we have created that form. Click on by clicking that. Click select and click ad hoc analysis to view the smart view. Yes, here it is. Here you can see the changes. E1 is the what we created that user variable by giving the by selecting the E1 means we are selected E1. For example, I will giving another same name entity 1. There it is. This is the changes of smart view. Can you explain how to insert user variable in smart view? I have shown you. Tip, use the case 1 from the slide 4, not from slide 4. It is from slide 3. Okay, go for next. In this topic, you have concluded so as the uses of user variables in the following artifacts: data forms, runtime prompt, business rules, smart view. Thank you.